this series, My Life in FPV, is going to be just some videos flying around telling you about different places I grew up or different parts of my life. I just thought it'd be fun to document that. And that's part of the joy of making videos. I'm not sure if you know this, but this channel is one of many. If you take a look at my channels tab, you'll see that I have way too many YouTube channels. But the way that YouTube works is if you don't post in the right category, it messes you up because YouTube is a search engine. So originally I made all my videos on one channel, and that's my reptile channel, Snake Cake Exotics. And it's also why I am Mr. Snake. There's a couple reasons. First of all, I breed reptiles, so I thought it would be fun. And the other reason is because Mr. Steel is one of the most popular FPV pilots. So I figure search engine optimization, when people search for Mr. Steel, some of them might find me too. A little tidbit of knowledge for you. Also, I don't take myself too seriously, so I think Mr. Snake, it's just kind of funny and random and weird, just like me. Anyways, today we are in Parry Sound, flying around. This is my dad and where he lives. He lived... I grew up in Richmond Hill, and my dad worked in Toronto for Bell Canada. And at the beginning of COVID, they sent him to work at home, and he's always been like wanting to be out in nature. Like I could picture him being a park ranger or something. So he moved out to Parry Sound at the beginning of COVID, and this is where he is now. So I go to visit him about once a year. This was last year. And my mother is Ecuadorian, and she's super sensitive and always wants to spend time with me. She's a little much. And then my father's Austrian, and he's kind of like, calls me once a year and says, "Hey son, you know I love you?" It's like, "Okay dad, thanks, I love you too. It'd be nice if you showed it a little bit more," but at least I get to visit him once a year, so it's okay. It's just I've always kind of had more of a longing for a relationship with my dad, and kind of the opposite with my mom. Like I love my mom so much, but she's just a little bit overwhelming Spanish lady that's just a little too much. So it left me a little confused. Overly emotional, insensitive, intelligent, but I don't know. I'm just a whack job of a person. Anyways, FPV stuff. Here I am flying a Baby Hawk Freestyle HD, and I was kind of disappointed in this drone. Everyone said it was really good, but it left me with, I don't know, desiring more. To this day, the drone that I enjoy flying the most is the Patch Ray. I just find it a lot more smooth, and it just flies like a dream. With the Baby Hawk, you can really kind of feel the top and bottom in a weird way. Like when you turn, it isn't that fluid. There's like that kind of stop where you get that shake like you just saw right there. Later on in this video, I'd drop into the water. You don't really see it because the video cuts, but the full Baby Hawk was submerged, and I dried it and it worked again after, so that was quite impressive considering I have a naked Vista on here. So yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to make some videos like this to just document life. You know, back in the day we used to have photo albums, and now we have video. So I do so many videos for all my different channels, and sometimes I get burnt out and don't enjoy it as much. But there's something about editing FPV videos that just takes me to a happy place. I think that it's like when you're flying drones, that's like a form of expression. It's like art in a way. It's like being a little ballerina in the sky. And then when you're able to kind of take your videos and share them with people, it's fun, and I enjoy telling a story, picking the right songs and cutting it into places that are the most boring. And then a video like this that might not be that exciting for most people, But for me, I like it because I'll get to look back at this one day and be like, oh, that was that time that I flew around at my dad's place, and it really is an interesting experience.
I looked into flying like ultralights or whatever, and if you look at any way of trying to fly, you're spending like thousands of dollars, like around $10,000 just to get your base start. And what we're able to do here with drones is just amazing. Like, look at us all being able to fly. I think that's just like a dream come true. I think I've always wanted to fly, and then when I discovered FPV by accident, it just opened up my mind and it became something so amazing. Because FPV to me is like one of those video games where, you know, you get to have a soldier and you build them up and you make them stronger and you level up and you get new armor and you get new skills and you just keep getting better. And that's how FPV is like. You get to order different parts and upgrade stuff and get better with your skills, and it's just a never ending hobby, and I find it so enjoyable. And I wish that all of us got to just enjoy it more without any of the nonsense or the drama, because there's so many like grown men, like for the most part, it's like a whole pile of like 30 to 40-year-old men with their little toys, and people get so caught up with the different systems that are out there. And I fly DJI and analog and HD0, and I just think that all of them are great for different things, and I don't feel emotionally attached to any of them. And some people do, especially I find like the HD0 fanboys, like they're just so excited and happy about it. And to me, it's great to have that excitement and that happiness over something, but why does it have to become that other things are worse or nothing else is as good? Like, why does it have to become this whole thing where I'm better than you? And I find it so strange to see a whole pile of like grown adults behaving like children in the sandbox, like, oh yeah, well my friend did this, or like I have that and that's the best, and just belittling people maybe on other systems, or like making it like it's bad. And it's, to me, we get to fly. Like, isn't that amazing? Isn't that great? Can't we all just enjoy that and do it however way we want? Also, with everything that's going on with the progression, I think it's great that there's so many different options for people. At the same time, I'm a little bit, oh, this is funny because of I think it's air mode that just makes the propellers keep spinning, so you can't just go land on something because you bounce. I'm like, what the heck is going on? But I would have had to disarm, so there I could have just about wrecked my drone. But yeah, like with having the systems, I am a little disappointed in like how, well, like it's exciting because things are getting better, and it's scary because it's like you don't want the stuff that you bought to not be usable anymore. So I have a pair of DJI V2 goggles that I feel like I just got a couple years ago. I got them brand new, and on Amazon they said $700. By the time they got to my place, they were $900. So I was so like kind of disappointed in all the shipping fees and stuff, because usually it's not like that, but it was for that. So I was really kind of sour about paying that much for a pair of goggles. I also have the Skyzone 04Xs, but they stopped working, so I had to send them in for repair in January, and now they're finally going to be coming back, but basically the whole season I haven't been able to fly with them. And then with HD0, I'm a bit torn too. Oh, this here, I went in the water, so it fell into the water, I jumped in and got it, and it had a naked vista, and it all still worked, so I was happy about that. But with the HD0 goggles, like, I'm just like excited for them, but I'm like, should I sell my 04Xs and my HD0 module, or like should I just be happy with that? I wonder like what's going to be the better system, because it's like if I keep what I have, the value goes down, or if I sell it now, then maybe I can get that. But what if I don't like the HD0 goggles as much as the Skyzone 04Xs? So I've been kind of like torn with all this stuff. Also, I broke a pile of Vistas, and I've been bummed about that because they're so expensive. So, and where's the DJI system going? Are we going to be getting the V3 and like, is it all, it's probably not going to be compatible with the V2, but I was kind of hoping that the new Air unit will still work with the V2 goggles. This is like, they made these goggles with the ability to, I guess, fly the FPV drone, but nothing else. Like, I was hoping that the capabilities would continue to do more. So I don't know. I'm also at a point where I'm a little bit broke. I run a hair salon, and my hair salon is basically dead right now. It's like my business got set back 5 years. Those are all my thoughts on how things are going with FPV and whatever. Do you connect with that? How do you feel about everything? Part of me just wants to like just start like flying only analog, like the best analog, try to find the best analog setup I can and kind of do that so that I can just smash everything to smithereens and not worry about having to buy Vistas over and over again. I don't know. Because I do enjoy just freestyle and smacking the drone around and pushing my limits, so part of me feels like for a couple years I should just be on analog and just shred until I get good enough that I'm like connected with the drone enough that I don't have as many accidents. But I don't know, do you get better and then not have as many? Like, I do feel in a way that I'm smashing a lot less than I was in the past because I'm getting that connection, but I'm still the type of person that even if I was given really nice stuff, the most expensive drone with the most expensive parts, like what's the point if I can't, you know, push myself? Like, that's FPV. It's like I can't be as crazy on my motorcycle because I'll die, and I used to be a little nuts. But with FPV, it's like you can do anything you want because if you break the drone, yeah, it costs you money, but your body is fine. It's like extreme sports with no damage to your body. So here I swam to the Shawl with my dad, and we had like a little race there and back, and it was kind of fun because it was like my first time beating my dad at much. My dad grew up kind of beating me at everything. I didn't win my first chess game with him until I was 16, but in a way I appreciate that he was kind of hard on me because it pushed me. I was never the type of person that gave up. You know, lots of people, when they can't do something, they give up. And for me, if I play a game against someone that beats me, that kind of excites me. It makes me want to kind of try harder and have that competition. I don't really get any joy out of, for instance, playing a game of chess with someone that I just destroy them, or playing pool or billiards, you know, with someone that I just wreck. Like, I don't really get the joy out of that. I get a lot more joy when I see someone that's better than me and then trying to be that good. And I feel like that's how it should be with FPV too. Instead of like jealousy and like showing off and trying to be better than everyone, like we all get better if we work together. Like if you're... Oh, we're done now. Thanks for watching. Smash the like button.